Sean KB from Russian Hills, South San Francisco. The subject is Konnan is wrong about Gavin Newsom, and did Rampage Jackson play a role in the Raha Jackson incident? As for Rampage Jackson, some people are saying he poured gasoline in the fire during the Raja Jackson incident because prior to assaulting Stu, Rampage called Raja on a live stream asking why he got jumped by a bunch of guys in tights and booty shorts and was hugging a guy in panties as if he instigated Raja further. What is your take? Speaking of Raja, somebody gave a concert go with the Raja treatment over the weekend at the Korn System of a Down concert where the victim was beating his meat, but some argue he was playing the air drums. Here's the video. Was he being an asshole or just playing the air drums? 3.5 weeks out to Tokyo, love Sean KB. Get this video, Joe? Joe's gone. All right.
Joe's watching it in private.
Right. Joe, you get this video?
Yep.
Did you watch it in private?
So here's what I'm going to say, all right?
Oh, no, not this one.
So the Raja Jackson was obviously fired up by a couple other guys. His dad fired him up, and the guy in the back said, "You get your receipt, you lay it in. If you get a problem, you come see me." But bro, nothing is excusing when the guy is on top of a man, and you're breaking a guy's face as you're striking him over and over and over. And at what point did that not a carnal?
Mark Henry tried to excuse it.
It's ridiculous.
Mark Henry,
you're beating a guy to death. Okay, and if you're trying to excuse it, like you know when you're striking this guy and breaking his face during that action, you should know what you're doing. Because you know what you're doing, and you're continually pummeling the guy in the face and breaking his face, which is what he did. You know,
Mark
that's
Henry
not a work. It's not like working. It's just there's nothing to excuse that at all.
Mark Henry kind of blamed. He says the outdated ribs and bully culture because he got hit with it a lot in the mid-90s. The clique was on him. The headbangers fucked with him, and I guess he's
going to break a guy's face over it.
Yeah, that's the point. You're right.
He tried to kill the guy.
You're right.
Kill a guy.
For some reason, Henry keeps excusing it. Like this guy asked for it, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? He didn't ask for that.
I'd like to know where he grew up. What type of neighborhood he grew up in, where people are always egging people on, and there's a neighborhood where you're shooting people, and I don't know,
Wait, who grew up? Mark Henry or the Roger kid?
No, Mark Henry. Like he's grown up. What type of neighborhood he grew up in? If he's like
Silsbee, Texas,
you kill a guy if he disrespects you. You know.
Yeah.
That's where we get gang culture from.
Yep.
Joe, do you have this clip? Yes or no?
Yeah. Well, we weren't talking.
It's taking so long.
I don't want to have a guy jerking off on the screen the whole time we're having a conversation.
Well, what number? It's on X. It's not like
why not? You have it on your little.
I want to see what this guy's talking about.
But you can't see it. There. It's not good.
It's not. So why are you beating the guy up?
Because he's jerking off right in front of
bro, you go get the security guard. There's but that's fine. But you go get a security guard and say, hey, this guy's jerking off down there. Let them handle it.
I guess they didn't
want to So now
wait.
This guy's jerking off at a show. This guy just hit him. Now the guy's going to find out who this guy is and he can sue this guy. And this guy's going to cost him like $40,000.
Well, just got nothing. Like if you watch the rest of it.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. You didn't have to go beat up the guy. That's hysterical. All right, that's enough. Konnan, have you ever been beat up at a concert for jerking off?
Yeah.
Which one? The Menudo concert?
Who was performing?
Ricky Martin.
That's excusable.
No. Who's the guy that sang it?
That was like a group.
Rico Suave. Who's the guy that sang Rico Suave?
Gerardo.
Gerardo. Yeah, the Gerardo concert. Next is
J God Rage.
I know. I just
okay. I'm just saying.
Next is from J God Rage. So this is Raja WCW. Hey, keep it 100 with the whole Raja incident still going on. No charges or actions so far. That's crazy.
I was
wondering
crazy.
if this incident happened in WCW with one of the boys telling Raja to get his receipt. How would the locker room react? Who would stop Raja from beating up one of the boys? The Steiners, Haku, Booker T.
All of those.
Also,
all of those. Whoever was the closest.
Yeah.
I think one of the main things that happened was, and I've been in this situation before, where you're seeing something so outlandish that you freeze.
Yeah. Right.
And I think people just froze and they were like, what did am I real?
Yeah.
You know,
they didn't. That never happened. Right. Yeah. It's attempted murder. You don't see guy attempted murder like a
any of those guys that you just mentioned, whoever was closest would have stopped it.
And it's
this was like
plus half the locker room would have done it anyways.
This is what you would see like in a UFC ring if there wasn't a referee in there. Maybe. You know?
Because fighters are trained to stop when the guy's unconscious. You know, but
some people
that make an excuse and they say, well, the kid, and he's not a kid anyway, but he doesn't know what a receipt is. You don't need to know wrestling terminology to know that you don't hit a guy 20 times.
The guy snapped, Joe. Like, I know you should know this since you're a legendary tough guy, but
people are trying to make
the guy snapped.
Yeah.
And he was pissed. He'd already been stirred up by the guy before he came out. That clip we've seen where the guy's telling him to give him his receipt, and his dad had fucked with him because, so he was already like, you know what I'm saying, revved up, Yeah. But that was unnecessary, and he snapped, and he's paying up. I think somebody used him over the weekend in something.
No, there was a company in California that listed that he was coming in, and it got major blowback, of course, and it turned out that he was never even contacted, that this indie company was
just like troll, like
right.
Attention. Okay. Yeah.
Get in the game with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Bet on the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, soccer, golf, MMA, and more. Every sport, every market, right at your fingertips. Deposit instantly with PayPal, Venmo, or Apple Pay, starting at just $10. Win big and cash out fast. PayPal in 24 hours or instantly at retail sportsbooks. Available in over 20 states, FanDuel's app is your ticket to the action. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now.
Okay, next on Robert Donovan, we'll get the suspension ready for this guy. Subject is Cross not talking to AW. Regarding your Raja Jackson YouTube clip, why didn't you mention Chael Sonnen's comments? Why didn't you mention Mark Henry's comments? Why didn't you mention Rampage Jackson claiming racism of the whole thing? Suspend for pointing out when you make shitty content, but what the F, guys? Everyone else cooked you with the numbers on this. Anyway, it's a question that hopefully Konnan will get to answer. None of us know what's going on with Cross and WWE. If it's a work or not, we'll never know, but lately Cross has been doing a bunch of interviews. And when he's mentioned that he would prefer to return to WWE and even say that he's never had talks with AEW. Surely this cannot be true, right? You guys have spoken often about wrestlers when they're in contract years and are allowed to open talks. Why wouldn't Cross have talks with AEW? Yes, he likely wouldn't be used well, but he'd be very well paid. Do you really think Cross hasn't had talks with AEW? P.S. Why is Cross not doing interviews with you guys? We'd much rather have him than Conrad boring us about football.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, so Robert Donovan right off the bat, we didn't hear Mark Henry's comments.
No, they hadn't happened yet.
And everybody and their freaking mother commented on that Roger Jackson thing. We could have used comments from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
What you heard was our comments.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to. Why we have to reference other? All you have to do is hear our take on this.
Some of them hadn't even happened yet. Yeah, some of them hadn't happened yet. And the other thing, he's like, numbers and you're cooked. Well, Robert, that's cool. I know you're a listener and all, but you're referring to YouTube. On the podcast side of things, believe in all, our numbers are up consistently 30 to 40% in the last 6 to 8 weeks. Our numbers are really, really good, actually. YouTube, we seem to be stuck in a position, and I don't know if we're shadow banned or what it is. And another thing you have to remember is some of these guys with really huge YouTube numbers, they are not naturally gained YouTube numbers, okay? They're purchased. They're not real. So, and we don't do that.
Yeah. All right.
Look, this isn't, remember the show Talk Soup?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This ain't Talk Soup, dude. We don't go around, well, Vince said this and, Rampage said this and Mark Henry said this and this is what we think about it. If there's something that, we need to speak on, like I think we spoke on maybe Rampage's comments or no?
Right.
Yes.
No, so briefly, yeah.
Yeah, we spoke on his because that's the dad and it's very relevant, but we're not going to speak on everybody.
Plus, none of them had come out yet, Konnan. Mark Henry hadn't commented yet, and Van Dam hadn't commented yet. I think Chaels had just come out.
Right.
Yeah.
Suspend this guy for trying to get us. Like, this is a gotcha letter. Everybody, you're getting cooked and all this and just being an overall dick.
Yeah. Next from Matthew Lund, subject is Roger Jackson. Oh, Jesus. Not sure if you saw the one clip backstage right after the initial incident between Roger Jackson and Psycho Stu, but Black Pearl of the Inouye family seems to have also been a big instigator, and as the guy running the promotion, also the guy egging on Raja, I would argue in court he should be tried as an accessory to this crime. Send Black Pearl to prison, or he can get a Black Pearl necklace. Also, as clearly unstable as Roger Jackson is, he seems like the kind of guy that would get fucked when fucked with in prison, lash out and maybe kill a guy while in prison. What's he over on Roger Jackson spending the rest of his life in prison? That's from Matthew Lundy. He's a licensed paralegal. Interesting. I have no idea, but I do know this is like nobody instigated him to think he was going to try and murder the guy.
Right.
That's a course of action that lies solely on Roger Jackson when he was punching that unconscious guy in the face and knowing he was crushing his face while he was doing this, and kept trying to do it even after he got pulled off. Tried to get pulled off. That's that had nothing to do with what those guys told him in the back.
No,
so.
And then he was trying to attack the other guys that pulled him off. The other guy had
everybody trying to psychoanalyze this thing. Is like, it's like, you see, it is what it is. It is what you saw.
It's like Konnan said. He snapped. That's it.
SB.
So this is. I want to give you some context on Van Damme. Okay, I have his response here, and it's just quicker to read it. So he did tweet, "So far, I got Raj's back. Looking forward to talking about it tomorrow on his podcast." And people went ape shit on him, and what the fuck are you talking about? And blah blah. So this article from Sports Illustrated. It says, while fans were quick to push back on his take, he dove further into it on his podcast Monday night. I want to start out by saying best wishes to Psycho Stu Smith. Hopefully he will regain his health and do it quickly. He definitely didn't deserve what happened to him. If you thought that me saying that was somehow hypocritical because my text said I back Raja, then you're one of the basic thinkers that can't understand how those can both be true in the same universe. I'm not picking one side. If I did, I'm not even saying it would be Raja. All I'm saying, it's like when Jim Ross said that Vince was looking ugly and Vince said back, that's the pot calling the kettle black. One has nothing to do with the other, right? So I'm not saying the guy Stu deserved it. When I watch everything and when I said that I have his back, I'm not saying I'm going to stand back to back and fight a coward or fight a crowd of fucking million people that are trying to lynch him. What I'm saying is I see the pathway that he took that led to what happened. He's not a pro wrestler.
So why would he have his back? Because he saw the pathway that led to what happened. What happened? He's almost killed a guy.
I think he was trying
Why would you have the guy's back?
They call it engagement farming, So
yeah. Well, but I do want to say one thing. What the Psycho Stu guy? What the frick is he hitting the guy in the head with the can backstage anyway? That was idiotic.
I think
if that would have happened backstage immediately after the guy hit him in the head with the can,
then it would have been justified.
This would be a different story.
I don't think anyone's smarting. No one's smarting Raja up, and I think
of course not.
Stu was told to start the angle or whatever, but Raja didn't know it was coming. You can see him check the can because the can he went to make sure it was one of those gimmick cans.
I just look at that's an indie show. Nobody has any clue what the F they're doing, so they're not professionals.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.